Well, here it is. Miss Oxford 821 pulled through again. She got this for me as a gift. This is the Sportsman's Condo. I think it's SC1. It's the one-man blind. If you watched my channel before, you know that I have a bunch of these. The Amish around here sell like a 4x4 blind. You can get them from, I've seen them as cheap as like $800-900, and I've seen them go up to about $1,200, depending on the bells and whistles and camouflage and everything that you want on them. This right here is the SC1. I believe it's like a 4x4 and like 72 inches tall or something. I don't know specifically, but this is like $900. And then with shipping, we got it shipped to a business, so it was just a little over $1,000 to get this delivered. It's an all one piece plastic. It's almost like a porta potty, but it's really thick. Like a porta potty's really thin and flimsy. This is really thick, hard plastic, and it comes with the built-in base. So let me show you this thing. So you can see how the base it's bolted onto the base, and it has 4 legs. And all you have to do is buy 10 footers, 4x4s, slide them up there and then lift it up. Now I put cross bracing on mine, and you anchor it to the ground so it don't blow over. I haven't had a problem with any of that with mine, but I think I've got the SC4, I've got the crossbow Condo, and I've got the SC2. It looks like this, but just a little bit longer for 2 men to go inside it. But let's take a quick walk around this thing. The doors lock. You just turn your handle, and then I put a padlock on mine. I run buddy heaters in all mine. One of the questions I get about these all the time is, do they sweat on the inside? The answer is yes, they do. It's plastic when it's cold outside. But with the buddy heater, it gets so hot in there that we always leave the doors open, the windows on the doors. This window right here. There's the little instructions. You can see how most of them, the window's tilted out, and you just pull this pin up. Now, these windows are adjustable. If the pin is barely on there, you'll get like a little gap right here, and the windows will do like this in the wind, and you can feel something. So if you slide these all the way up, and you get more of this pin to slide further up on this little wedge up here, it pulls that door, the windows in a little bit tighter. Now it does make it harder to open, because now you've got to really pull down like all the way instead of just real easily. Look, the dogs like it already. Let's talk about this door real quick. You can see how they mold this. Let the dog get out, bouncing around. They have this cutout that goes around the door, all the way around the door. And then on the door, this piece kind of like sticks out. So when you close this door, this part of this door goes into that. And what I found is that this goes in here, and it creates like wasps can't get in it. They can't get in it. Now you'll get like a spider, like you can see right here, and I'll get like some moths around the edges, but I never had an infestation with wasp. The only time I had a problem with wasp is one of my windows was busted on this, and they were coming in, and I asked for a replacement window, and they sent me a replacement window, and that was on an older video of mine too. So, but anyway, you can see right here how it's bolted to the frame underneath, and you can hear how echoey it is. Yes, it's echoey. So on mine, you see me put the self-sticking, unrolling egg crate foam around all the sides. That definitely helps. And you want to do it so, like, if your foot, your boot, the chair leg hits the wall, setting your gun down, it hits the wall. Your buddy heater, your thermos, anything that hits that, the deer will definitely hear that. So I put insulation all around all I can afford. I put as much place as I could, but I would recommend doing it from your waist down all the way around first. So the bottom half on the inside, all the way around, as the first thing to do. Now with the floors, they do sell carpets to match each model that you can buy from them. I just get old carpets. I lay it in here and I cut it with scissors to fit myself. I think the least is best. So the least amount of stuff and accessories you stick in here, the better. You don't want to put wood on there, none of that. Just put a piece of carpet on there, put some egg crate foam around the sides, and you're good to go. When you get these, you're supposed to undo your windows and undo your latches and take off that blue protective film. But they do that shipping, so don't scratch. So I'm in here. Let's close this door. Now on the inside, there's no handle. You just grab your metal and you just turn it. So you can see how the door comes in, and just turn it just like that. Okay, so the one-man blind, is it big enough? You can see me standing here. I think for one-man blind, if you put a chair, you sat down in here with your chair, you had a buddy heater, maybe your rifle sitting there, definitely. And I probably got from the top of my head, let me see if I can turn it around here. All right, so I'm on the inside. You can see how much room. I'm 5'9", so a 6 foot guy could probably still, a 6 foot guy could still stand up inside here, so it's fine. All the windows are held up with this latch, and then just a piano hinge. The piano hinge is just bolted on, and they just got it screwed right through the plastic. It seems like it's definitely big enough for rifle hunting. Bow hunting, no. You're not hunting with a bow out of this. Now crossbow, with the way these crossbows are now, oh man, you probably could. If you had your angles right out into your field or wherever you're going, you could, without your limbs hitting in it, you have enough room to stand back in here and shoot out with your crossbow. You kind of have to hunch down or sit in your chair, just watch your limbs don't open up and hit. But I don't know, you might be able to get a crossbow shot out of this. It depends. You'd have to pre-mark your spots out in front of your blind to know where you're going to shoot at to make sure that works. But the doors are held on with bolts still. Okay. So this is see, here's what I'm saying. See this gap right here? See how that plastic is like that? So it looks like right here, the seam, I'll have to sand this seam down right here, because that seam, so you can see that seam is keeping this plastic from pushing all the way against here. So wasps, this is where your wasp will find their way in. So yeah, so I'll sand that down, and that'll go all the way in. Yeah, this one's fine. See this one? This one's fine. Yeah, it's just the seam. It seems like it's two pieces of thick plastic. They melt together, melt. I don't know how to do it. The only things I could think that could go wrong with it is, see the seam here on one of my other ones, like right here on one of the shelves where it's flat. Let's see if I can show you the main window. So the main window will be here. Well, that's not where the seam is. So one of the other ones I have, my main window out the front, the seam for it comes down the middle, and there's a big shelf here, and I guess it didn't like bond completely, so there was like a tiny pinhole on the inside. I would always see like when I was in there, I'd feel like, hey, that's wet right there. It's not from condensation. It was just a tiny bit that it wasn't connected. So I did is just got a piece of caulk, and I put a piece of caulk on a tiny little pinhole. But that's the only thing I could see could possibly go wrong, is one of these seams aren't completely bonded, and you may have to put a little silicone on it. For the money, I think this is probably the way to go, is right there. You used to be able to get them off of Cabela's, but Cabela's doesn't sell no more. After Bass Pro Shop bought out Cabela's turned into a Walmart. That's my opinion. And now you got to get these directly from their authorized dealers. You got to pay freight to get it to your house. So, even with that, it's still cheaper than the other blinds on there. And I tried to make my own blind. If you look way back in my history, right here, I made a big platform, a 6x6 platform, pressure treated, and then I started putting the sides on. I was into it for almost $1,000, and I wasn't even halfway done it. And I stopped building, and I just left it as a platform. I said, there's no way I'm putting walls and a roof and windows and doors. I'll be $3,000 into a wooden stand. And this one, like I said, is around a little over 1,000 shipped to you. And then I have the big crossbow condo, which is like, I don't know, it's like 6 foot around. You could fit like 2 guys in there, 2 chairs, all your gear, buddy heater. Like it's great. And they're like $1,600. And then you got to add your shipping onto it. But for under $2,000, you can get like their biggest blind to your house. We're going to this is probably going to just sit here until the springtime. And then in the springtime, what we're going to do is make some new areas, food plot areas, some new hunting areas, and we need to get blinds where those new areas are going to be. So that's why we got some new blinds here. So that's it.